I got most of it right anyway. Stuff that mattered. Okay. No sense keeping you in bed anymore. Let's see if we can get you on your feet. Good. Why don't you walk down to the end of the room? Over by that vigor tester machine there. Take it slow now. It ain't a race. Ooh, looking good so far. Go ahead and give the vigor tester a try. We'll right quick if you got back all your faculties.
So this ends up being one of the most important parts of the damn game. Start by taking it down. So, want relatively high strength. Intelligence is important. Agility not quite as much. That'll work.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard score there, but after what you've been through, I'd say that's great news. Well, we know your vitals are good, but that don't mean them bullets didn't leave you nuttered and a bighorner dropping. What do you say you take a seat in my couch and we go through a couple of questions? See if your dogs are still barking.
Which way did it go? Ah, there it is. Going for a relatively ambiguous character.
All right. I'm gonna say a word. I want you to say the first thing that comes to mind. Dog. House. Night. Enemy. Light. Mother.
This is...
Okay. Now, I got a few statements. I want you to tell me how much they sound like something you'd say. First one. Conflict just ain't in my nature. I ain't given to relying on others for support. I'm always fixin' to be the center of attention. I'm slow to embrace new ideas.
This one's kind of, true.
I charge in to deal with my problems head on. Almost done here. What do you say you have a look at this? Tell me what you see. Okay. How about this one? Last one. Well, that's all she wrote. I don't have nothing to compare it to, so maybe you'd better just have a look at the results. See if it all seems right to you.
Alright, so speech is an important one. We'll do guns and barter.
Before I turn you loose, I need one more thing from you. I got a form for you to fill out so I can get a sense of your medical history. Just a formality. Ain't like I expect to find you shot in the head.
No, we won't do Wild Wasteland this time. Trigger discipline's good. We're gonna have high repair, so this one works.
All right, I guess that about does it. Come with me, I'll see you out.
Okay. I'll come back for that. It ends up being relatively important. So, like I said before we started talking again, planning on being somewhat morally ambiguous. There's a lot of things that you can't do if you're just being the good guy, and one of them is have money. At least up until you get to New Vegas. So, none of this is actually theft, by the way. We're gonna try and avoid theft as much as possible. I think that's all the good shit.
Here, these are yours. Was all you had on you when you was brought in. I hope you don't mind, but I gave the note a look. I thought it might help me find a next of kin. But it was just something about a platinum chip. Well, if you're heading back out there, you ought to have this. They call it a Pip-Boy. I grew up in one of them vaults they made before the war. We all got one. Ain't much use to me now, but you might want such a thing after what you've been through. I know what it's like having something taken from you. And put this on, too, so the locals don't pick on you for lacking modesty. Never was much my style, anyway. Don't mention it. It's what I'm here for. You should talk to Sunny Smiles before you leave town. She can help you learn to fend for yourself in the desert. She'll likely be at the saloon. I reckon some of the other folks at the saloon might be able to help you out, too. And the metal fella, Victor, who pulled you out of your grave. Anyway, you ever get hurt out there, you come right back. I'll fix you up. But try not to get killed anymore.
Yeah, not playing hardcore. I'm not a sadist. We'll get through Good Springs and call that an episode, I guess. I do have the gunrunner's arsenal.
You must be the one Doc Mitchell was patching up. The way I heard it, I didn't think you'd be walking out of that office. I've got plenty of supplies for sale. Even got some weapon mods and special ammo. Well worth the caps if you ask me. If you're hurting for caps, I've also got boxes of surplus ammo in the miscellaneous section. They're not great, but you get what you pay for. Can do.
I'm not going to be using that. Let's see.
Pleasure doing business with you. Take it easy now.
Let's see. Take that lock. There's actually something in here I'm going to end up stealing.
Cheyenne, stay. Don't worry, she won't bite unless I tell her to. Yeah, I guess there's a thing or two I could show you. Sounds like you need all the help you can get after what they done to you. Meet me outside, behind the saloon.
That 357 is a great weapon. And like I said, I'll do some episode type things. So expect this to be in parts.
Now, see the sarsaparilla bottles on the fence there? Take this and try to hit a couple of them. That's the right idea. Look down the sight. Try crouching down and staying still. It'll help your aim. Nice shot. Well, that's a start. But I don't reckon you came to me to learn to fight sarsaparilla bottles. Tell you what, I gotta go chase geckos away from our water supply anyway. Darn critters are attracted to it. Why don't you come along? Follow me. It's just down to the southeast a short ways.
So this ends up being one of the better Fallout games in my opinion. And there are certainly some very intense moments, like walking up on giant scorpions.
Hear that up on the ridge behind me there? We got some geckos to clear out. Bunch of little monsters is what they are. Seems like Doc Mitchell treats more gecko bites than anything else. Let's see if we can get a little closer. If we move quietly, we can get the jump on them. More likely to hit something vital that way. Okay, you're on. Go give him hell.
Geckos are more annoying than a real threat. And that's a miss. That's... Gecko meat's kind of important this early in the game, because it sells.
See? You're getting the hang of it. There's 2 more wells that still need clearing. You want, you can come along. It'd be worth a few caps to me. Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes, especially with 2 of us. Come with me. Come on!
Bastards. One point in the game, geckos actually do get kind of dangerous. That's not until much, much later.
Ah, hell's bells. There's not a day passes by I don't tell people not to come here by themselves. Some people, your word just isn't good enough for them. Then this happens. Well, it's a part of life out here. Best to accept it. But you did what you promised, staying out here with me. Here's my end of the deal. One more thing I wanted to show you. Thought I might teach you about living off the land and making useful things for yourself. Interested? All right, then. We'll need a couple ingredients to get started. Gonna want some xander root and a brock flower. Let me think now. I know I've seen brock flowers growing up at the graveyard, and I seem to remember there being xander root over by the schoolhouse. Bring those on back to me, and we'll get cooking.
And it would appear we just weren't quick enough. Let's see. I think we can do brock flower first. Unfortunately, there's no way to sprint in this game, so getting anywhere takes a lot of time. That right there is Victor. We'll, be talking to him at some point. Yeah. Bloat flies tend to make good target practice. Actually, they rarely stop moving. What the hell? And that's a miss. I have no idea what it was he was slinging at me. I don't think I want to know. I hate it when bats fails. Damn it. Maybe I'll be able to get this guy. That isn't even firing. Got it. Finally. See. Rock flower. Right there. And since we're here, take a gander out this way. I'm not equipped to go down there right now. There's a very high likelihood of running into angry scorpions. Those, however, are coyotes. Oh, there's one. And I couldn't kill him if I tried. So. We're going to go over to the schoolhouse. And at some point I'll actually, maybe, end up trying to take the road north. We'll run into another one of Fallout's wonderful little beasties. I hate these things. They're not really deadly, they're extremely annoying. And yes, while those were rather large, they get much bigger. Go talk to this guy again real quick.
You looking to buy some supplies? Can do.
I'm gonna save the 5.56 that ends up coming in handy later. Let's see. Go ahead and pick that up. As far as ammo, we need some for our 357. Guess that'll have to do.
Thanks. Take it easy now.
Okay. So, we got the two things that she asked for us to get. So we're gonna go back to her. But swap over to this wonderful 357.
Let me see what you got. Yeah, these'll do just fine. Just fine. All right, now. We're gonna be making something folks on the trail call healing powder. Go on over to that campfire now. Give it a try. Hey, that's not bad, see? All it takes to... Sometimes it won't be a campfire you need. Might need to do some work on your guns and ammo, maybe. Important thing to get is it's all the same idea. You just need to find the right place to set up shop. Workbench or reloading bench, whatever. Well, I hope that's enough to get you started. I'm heading back now. Hope I didn't miss anything good on the jukebox. Cheyenne would never forgive me. Hey, do me a favor. Trudy, she's the bartender up at the Prospector. Kind of the town mom. She likes to meet newcomers. She'd be cross with me if I didn't ask you to poke your head in and say hi.
Well, looks like we'll be talking to Trudy. And what does this gentleman want?
Hello? Can you help me? My girl is trapped by geckos on the ridge, and I can't get to her. Please, she's going to die. Go up the path, past the broken radio tower, and go to the right. They're at the top of the trail. You will? Thank you for helping me. Please hurry.
Like I said, morally ambiguous. We will help this guy out. And we get to kill some more geckos. Swap over to the 9mm. And that gecko's stuck. Yeah, you can tell it's a Bethesda game when things like that happen. Now, because the condition of, unfortunately, all of our weapons so far is kind of low, I need to worry about things like oh, that's a lot of geckos. And now they're running. This is the funny thing about the geckos in this. They're kind of cowardly. Oh. Well, that was gorgeous and satisfying. See if we can get him as he's running. We'll come back through and fix all those. Ooh, a level up. We're gonna need explosives. Lockpick. Repair. We'll add the last one to guns. This one ends up being good. Oh, that got me anyway. That is a lot of dead bodies. Well, we cleared out all the geckos. I'm
Sorry
not
I
seeing
tricked
his
you.
girlfriend.
But thanks for clearing out the geckos. Now I can get to that stash up there. After I deal with you.
That's what happens when you try and help people. And we'll ignore the hammer. Let's see. We picked up a 9mm pistol. So we equipped it. Pair it with ours. That's a weapon in much better condition. So, this is what he was talking about. Some stash. So, that's what he was worried about. That's to what killed him, I guess. See if there's anything else up here. I don't believe there is. Nope. So, got ourselves a slightly better. Oh, look, a fridge. And we'll take all of it. That hurt a little bit. So, we'll go sell some more stuff to Chet. And talk to Trudy, which will get us going on our journey.
Howdy. You looking to buy some supplies? Can do.
We'll go ahead and sell that one. Sell that. Oh, I forgot to put the silencer on my armor rifle. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and swap those back to ours. $9 mil. That's what I thought. He doesn't really have a whole lot.
Pleasure doing business with you. Take it easy now.
Alright. So, we'll go talk to Trudy next door. I hate when it does that.
I'm done being nice. If you don't hand Ringo over soon, I'm going
Don't
to
even
get my
joke like
friends
that.
and we're burning this town to the ground. Got it?
We'll keep that in mind. Now, if you're not gonna buy something, get out.
That was rude.
Well, you've been causing quite a stir. Glad I finally got to meet you. Welcome to the Prospector Saloon. Looks like our little town got itself dragged into the middle of something we don't want anything to do with. About a week ago, this traitor, Ringo, comes into town. Survivor of an attack, he says. Bad men after him. Needs a place to hide. We figured he was just in shock, so we gave him a place to lie low. We didn't actually expect anyone to come after him. He's holed up
boy.
at the abandoned gas station up the hill. You mean murder him? That's not our way, even if Cobb is scum. He can bluster and threaten all he wants. Some of the others, like Sonny, will probably stand up for Ringo if he asks for help, which he hasn't. Personally, I hope he sneaks out of town one night and takes the powder gangers with him. Chain gangs, really. The NCR brought them in from California to work on the rail lines. Problem is, it turns out that giving convicts a bunch of dynamite and blasting powder isn't the best idea. It was a big escape not too long ago. Some of them stuck together so they could make trouble. That's what we're dealing with now. All right. If you were able to get Ringo out of this mess, you'd have a decent reputation around Good Springs. I'd even set you up with a discount. Of course, helping Ringo would also make the powder gangers mad, and they've got a lot of friends out there.
So, we'll end up helping Ringo.
Don't know why you'd want to do a thing like that. Yep, you'd get on their good side, but people around here wouldn't appreciate it one bit. Not much, other than they're a bunch of freeloaders who expected a few rounds on the house. I was able to get them to pay up, though. Of course, one of the great cons did knock my radio to the floor, by accident, and it hasn't been working since. They were having some kind of argument about it, but the guy in the checkered coat kept shushing them. Sounded like they came in from the north through Quarry Junction. If that's the case, I can't say I blame them for not wanting to go back. That whole area is overrun with the kind of critters that just get mad if you shoot them. Merchants avoid that whole stretch of I-15 like it's radioactive, which it could be for all I know.
Yeah, that's a good enough reason for us not to go over there.
I didn't hear exactly, but the leader was talking about the strip. Fella wants to get there and avoid the 15, he'd have to go east. Take Highway 93 up. Sure, the outside looks okay, but I think something broke on the inside. There'd be caps in it for you. I do like to hear what's going on in the world, and that Mr. New Vegas seems like such a gentleman. Be careful out there.
I guess the least we can do is look at a radio, considering we stole her 6-gun. Where'd she go? Let's see. Oh, won't let us do it. That's okay. Yeah, she up and disappeared. So, Ringo
Hello.
is up here at this gas station.
That's close enough. Who are you, and what do you want with me? Sorry about the gun. You just caught me off guard, that's all. We got off to a bad start. What say we start over with a friendly game of Caravan? You know how to play? Yeah. He doesn't look very tough, though. I hear he's afraid I'll shoot him down from one of the windows when I see him. And he's right. I'll have a much bigger problem once his friends show up. There's no way I could handle all of them in a gunfight. I'm gonna lay low for as long as I can, assuming the town doesn't throw me to the wolves. I've got no chance against the gang on my own. We just end up sharing the same grave if it's just the two of us. Now, if some of the other people in town were also on board... Start with Sunny Smiles. She's been friendlier than most around here.
So, we just agreed to help Mr. Cobb. Or Ringo. Mr. Cobb's the one that we're wanting to kill. We'll leave his bullets alone for now. This video is already about an hour long. So, what I'm gonna do is end it right about here. And we'll continue at another time. So, yep. We'll go ahead and end it. And when we pick up, we'll finish out Good Springs. Plus some powder gangers.